You're live. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sandra Williams, and I am the host of the I Shall Bloom Show. Woo, you got to have some lungs. The I Shall Bloom Show here in the Barbara Jordan Community Center. Basically, a show where we uplift and we invite new people on. He's not new, but people who have a legacy of helping the communities for the better. So each week we have a stellar individual, Mr. Willie. And I want to introduce this new show called Wednesday with Willie. Willie Mitchell, that is. So it's not all about football, but we're going to talk about the football because you know that he is a retired Kansas City. He's retired from football, but nothing else. Retired Kansas City Chiefs who just won the Super Bowl. I think 1, 2, 3 times in a row. I don't know. We'll find out about that. But just know this show is not going to all be about football. It's going to be about Willie Mitchell, family, life, his thoughts on San Antonio fighting back, his mission. So we're going to learn more about this secret little gem that's been hiding here in the community center, the Barbara Jordan Community Center. Chairman, Executive Director of San Antonio Fighting Back. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Willie Mitchell. Woo! He's all.
Let me say, let me say good morning, and it's a pleasure for me to be here on a very nice day.
Wednesday. So this is going to be his new show called Wednesday with Willie. I won't say Mr. We know it's Willie. I say Mr. Mitchell. I don't say Mr. Willie, but it just sounds so good floating Wednesday with Willie.
Yes.
Willie.
Perfect with me.
Yes.
Make me any difference. That's okay.
Okay, so I see all the Kansas City Chief outfit. I got my shirt in there, so I had it on, and I'm gonna put it back on. So the last time we was here, it was before the Super Bowl. We had a little Super Bowl powwow. We didn't know who was gonna throw it down and who was gonna walk away with the big ring. You don't have your big rings.
Yes, I do.
You got? Oh, okay. So we're gonna showcase that. So who was gonna walk away with the one of these? He'll show it in a few. So let's talk. So the last time we was here, it was before the Super Bowl. Now we sit here now after the Super Bowl, and they walked away with
They walked away.
bang.
Yeah, they walked away with the glory, which was good.
Yes.
And
There you go.
I appreciate it because they did win.
Yes.
But you never know who's going to win until that last second ticks off the clock. So they came around and they won, and that was a real good thing because if they had scored a field goal, then they would have to give the ball back and kick it go. So they scored the touchdown, and that's what got the 49ers beat was the touchdown.
The touchdown. Okay, because I saw that they had the last almost when they were going into overtime that the other team had 3 points. So I thought learning about football. I thought the first person that gets the point win, but it's the first person that gets the touchdown.
Yeah, no, it's the first person who gets. If they scored a field goal, they would have had to redo it over again.
Oh,
First, they got a touchdown, and that was the main key, is the touchdown.
touchdown. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, well, the other team has 3. Oh, 3 points. But then Kansas City came back and took
scored the touchdown, and that was the winning score right there. So
yeah,
that was it.
That was it. So, what do you see for them right now? You see them coming back? I mean, I know you always you never know. Never until it's that day.
Yeah, you never know, but they're gonna really have a good time, and they're gonna enjoy this until the next season. But they're gonna go back into the next season with the fact that they won, and they're gonna try to repeat it. So they're gonna put forth a good effort in order to try to repeat it again. Because they made history by winning this Super Bowl, but they want to make history by winning more Super Bowls than any other team.
So it doesn't stop here. It's
Yeah,
on and on and on and
yeah,
on.
going on and on and on.
Oh, well, my I used to watch Tom Brady too. And Tom Brady was a comeback man.
Right,
At the last minute, maybe you think you're gonna win, you maybe 10 points ahead
right.
in the last. And then I call him pick apart Brady.
But
Then
you never know what's going to happen until that last thing happens. And you can't predict what's going to be this or what's going to be that because you really don't know. And it's just a matter of which team just, makes the thing work the way they want it to work and get the results that they want to get.
okay. So they all got, I know at the big party, the champagne, they were popping all this and pouring all the ice on the captain, the coach, the boss, whatever. So they all got rings.
Yeah, they haven't got the rings yet,
Yeah.
but they all will get the rings probably in 2 weeks uh, for the Super Bowl. And any other thing that they got during the regular season or whatever, they'll get notification of it and get the reward for it.
Wow. So let's see. What's the ring look like? I know there's show the camera that
Well, the
ring.
ring,
'Cause that's the ring.
it'll be a different type of ring. And they will show that they won 2 Super Bowls, and that will be reflected on that ring, and it'll be bigger than this ring.
Wow,
Yeah.
man. So the diamonds,
Hmm.
diamonds and gold, right there. That's
Right.
yours. So
Mhm.
they got bigger.
It'll be bigger. It'll be much bigger because they've won 2 in a row. So they're
Oh,
gonna put both of them on there.
really?
Yeah,
So each time you win in a row, you get more. You
you
get
get
a
more.
ring for
Yeah,
a diamond for each
diamond.
one.
Right.
Wow.
So
So
it probably will have maybe I mean at least two
yeah.
uh, big diamonds on the front of it anyway. You
Wow.
just never know which way they want to do it, but they're gonna make it real worthwhile, and they're gonna enjoy that ring too.
Wow. So about the party. Has the party started yet, or is it going to happen? How long does the party last?
Oh, they have started. They had a show where
Hmm.
they had
Kansas City.
yeah, Kansas City
Hmm.
thing that they
Do
presented them with everything that they did,
yeah.
and they're gonna have some more. They're having some more events this week, and I mean it will just be no more than probably every day they're gonna have something.
Right, right. Awesome. So, do you miss it?
Do I miss the show?
Do you miss the road and the
No,
uh, do you miss any of
I know
that?
what they're going through, and I understand it, but I just praise them for being able to enjoy the things that they give them and the treatment that they get because they get a well worth treatment. And the whole city
Yes,
this
comes
week
out.
is dedicated to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow. I wanted to go. I really even though Las Vegas is Sin City for sure, but I really just wanted to feel, I mean, you can just feel it through the TV, the
Yeah.
excitement,
Mhm.
the people who are dedicated to their teams.
Right.
And they went, they're
They
there,
did. They really did.
dedicated. And so, how'd you feel at the moment when you saw that last moment? You were at another party, and did you feel like you was just right there again and went take you back?
No, I was just praying for them to score a touchdown right then and there and not kick a field goal. And that's
Oh,
exactly what they did. They scored the touchdown and they didn't kick the field goal. And I thought that was the greatest moment right there because all of that was going to start all over again. And
wow.
they had the opportunity to win it right then and there. And that's what they did.
Awesome. Awesome. So,
But they are blessed with that because, like I said, you never know who's going to do it, but they might have said a prayer and God just gave them the blessing to say, you got the winning thing and you're going to get it right now.
yes.
Yeah, and
So,
take advantage of it.
yes. So, did they fly home that night?
Yeah,
They
they
take
flew.
you. Oh, you
They
don't stay there and party in Sin
no,
City.
no.
You
They
go
go
home
back to Kansas City
to
and all
the
the
party.
parties because they had a parade
Yeah.
that day, and
Woo!
they're having some more things going on during the week. And
Yes.
I mean, it's just all. I mean, it's just the businesses there are
Yes.
just offering them so many things. They're
Yes.
having luncheons and
Uh-huh.
dinners and everything else.
Oh
They're
man.
really enjoying themselves because
Yes.
they presenting everything to them and letting them know they appreciate them winning the Super Bowl.
So I know I asked that question and I know I hopped sometimes, but do you ever miss it?
Do I
The
miss the Super Bowl?
the traveling and the because you had to
Yeah,
travel.
we had to travel,
Mm-hmm.
but no, I let it. I just take it for granted. That what it is,
Blessing. Uh-huh.
and you have to leave it alone because you can't live it.
You can't live.
You,
Yes.
you gotta you gotta
Right.
take it and just relax yourself and say, God bless them, and you want to see them win, and you praying for them to win, but you don't miss the traveling because, well, I'm telling you, sometimes that traveling is something else.
Right. And also, you traveled with your family.
Right.
So that made it a little smoother, a
Yeah.
lot smoother. Kept
Lot
you out of a lot of the troubles that
But
can
you
be there at
you
your
have to get used to not doing all of that stuff because you have to do so much until it gets to be pretty thing for you to try to do all of those things.
right.
Uh, it's just like now, if I wanted to go up there and get involved, that wouldn't be no problem at all.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
but I could go up there and get involved in everything they're doing, and that's going to be fine, and they wouldn't have no problem doing it because
Wow.
they want to recognize if you play it with them now or whenever they want to recognize you for that.
So they do take care of their family.
And no matter how
That
long,
says good. You're
they do
still family.
recognize and they recognize you as a player.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you are basically, I know you're very humble, but you are a Super Bowl because you were, hey, Jay, you
Mhm.
were involved in first,
Now, that first Super Bowl was pretty rough.
the first Super Bowl ever.
And then losing the Super Bowl and coming out of that and they praising you for losing it. And you had to
Yes.
deal with that, because
Oh, yeah.
somebody had to lose it. So they said, Willie Mitchell, you lost the Super Bowl.
You could,
Well, okay, I lost the Super Bowl,
and
but
you took that on.
yeah,
You
but,
took
but
that.
my mother told me what to do.
Right.
And she said that Super Bowl would be a part of my life for the rest of my life, but don't
Mhm.
let it make a fool of me. And that's the whole thing about losing a game, you become dissatisfied with yourself, and that doesn't make any difference because the next thing you want to do
Thank
is
you.
try to play in another one.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. So let's talk about that losing. You said that you took that, I mean, you took it to yourself.
right,
And so, but you went home, you had a caring mom that understood it's not all you, you're a team. Because when you start thinking it's all you, that's when you fail.
right,
But she said, you guys are a team. You're a team. And so you all lost
right.
that day, but go back.
But you have to know how to lose. You
That's it. I
got
like
to
it.
know how to lose
Hmm.
because you're not going to win every game, but you're going to lose some and you're going to win some.
Yes,
But that's where you pray to God to give you the knowledge and the experience of what you do when you lose and what do you do when you win because it's a heck of a thing and it's a good thing both ways. But you have to learn to take care of yourself and understand that you might be the best at this at one time, but there's always
today.
somebody else can do something a little bit better.
So you have to know too when it's over, huh? And when it's time to move, because
Yeah,
you need to know when your body is telling you, okay, it's time. So I think you always got to have a backup plan, then, right?
yeah,
You
you got to,
always got to have a
but
backup.
it's within yourself.
Yes,
No matter what you say, no matter what you do, you might be the best at it one time or another, but you got to remember, you're not going to win all of them, and you have to understand that when you lose it, you
yes,
just got to take that loss and say thank you and keep on going because if you don't, you're gonna disrupt yourself
that's right.
because you can't say that you're the best and you're the best all the time.
Not
Yeah.
all. Right. So, you know that there's some that stay over the time limit and
Hmm.
then they're hurt. They get hurt.
Right.
And then they go out hurt
Hmm.
versus knowing, okay, like I guess I go back to Brady. Brady was retiring, I don't know, so many times. And then he finally. So when did you know? Is it, you said within yourself, is there a time? When did you know? Does your body say it's time
Well,
to
when
stop?
you get hurt
Mm-hmm.
and you try to recover from that injury,
Amen.
you know that when you get back and try to play, you know you're not recovering and you know you're not going to recover. I mean, I could run before I had this knee operation. After I went back with the knee operation and started running, I couldn't run anymore. So I
Right.
had to realize that I wasn't going to be able to do that, so I was
Yeah.
going to have to give it up because I
Yes.
couldn't run.
And
Yeah.
see, and that's hard for some people too, probably to say I got to give it up because I don't have a backup plan and I'm scared. So then they end up injuring their body even more, huh?
Right. Yeah, but you have to realize at some point in time, you're going to have to give up the game. And no matter what you say or do, you get an injury that might take it away from you. So you got to be prepared for that. And when it happens, you've got to say, okay, I can't do it anymore. So you have to leave it alone and let it go. Because, I mean, there are some things that are good and some things that's bad, but you better learn how to lose and win and get out of there and accept the fact that when you played, it was worth it and you enjoyed it. But now you can't do it anymore, so you
Yes.
have to do something else to satisfy your life.
Yes. So your love, you have a special love for kids, and I mean, we're gonna. This new show is called Wednesday with Willie, so we're gonna be talking more. You guys are gonna learn more about his as much as he allows of his family, the other things that he is got involved with. Mr. Mitchell loves kids. And so when he decided to retire, he didn't retire, and just go home and sit down. His love for kids and healthy kids and the wealth of kids and the mind of kids, growing kids. So when you retired, you started a foundation.
Hmm. But the thing that got me to do that, and no matter what's said or done, we we need to teach the kids what their responsibility is and let them know that there are some good things that's going to happen to them and there are some bad things, but you're going to have to learn how to adjust to those things. And that's what my mother did with me and my brother.
Yes.
I mean, losing the Super Bowl is just like I said. She said it was going to be something that was going to be a part of my life for the rest of my life. I had no idea of what she was talking about. But as I went through the years and saw all the things, I understood what my mother was talking about. And you have to teach these kids about what their responsibility is and how to take some good things and some bad things and get rid of the bad and stick with the good and make up your mind that you want to be satisfied with yourself and to protect yourself. And the biggest thing was that I think about it, my mother told me I was just the most handsome person that she had. And she had five more boys, but she told me I was a little chocolate and handsome. And I just felt good about what my mother said.
That's right. But that was a seed.
Yeah.
And so once you get a great foundation from the home, then you couldn't get the bad seeds that come at you when you walk out that door.
So,
But see, you were covered, but your mother's word
yeah.
that you are handsome, you are strong, you're chocolate,
Yeah.
and that's good.
And that's the good thing about it. I just think you have to have your parents have to give you the point where you have faith in what they say and you listen to what they say and respond and react in that natural way. And it's just like my mother said, if this was in junior high school and high school, she said, you're a great athlete, but there are more things that you're going to have to do besides play football.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that made a big difference. I mean, she told me you're going to have to go to school, you're going to have to learn, but
Mhm.
you're not going to be able to play football all your life. And she was correct about that.
Yeah.
And when I had to leave it, I accepted the fact that I had to leave it, but I had to do something else that I wanted to do that I felt good with. And
Uh,
that's why it just went on to say, how can you let people know how well you feel and what are some of the things that other kids can do to make themselves more comfortable too?
Well, let me someone ask a question too. On the day that you retired, you know 30 days before or did you knew or you just did it in a week? And then how'd you feel that day?
Now, I felt pretty good that day because I knew that my leg wasn't strong enough for me to play anymore. And
Mhm.
then I went to work for the United States Department of Education, and I
Oh,
traveled over the country with workshops and talking to kids about how to improve their lives. And that's where we developed that All-Star program.
yes.
And it came from there, and that's what I was going around the country doing. and all over the United States is showing those kids how to have that kind of a program within the school so they can
Hmm.
have some good goals and objectives and work towards them themselves to make themselves a better person.
So what's the All Stars program mean? I know it's an acronym. So what does that mean? The All Stars.
All STARS mean Activities Leadership Laboratory, STARS,
Hmm.
students teaming around responsibility to develop self-esteem, decision-making, problem-solving, and academic planning. And
Wow.
that's where you give them the lesson of showing them how to go through all these things. But no matter what's said or done, no, every business, no matter what you say, it has a plan. What's wrong with giving the kid a plan to go to school to learn?
Yes.
But nobody tells them about if you have a problem with the class, then put more time into studying in that class than the one that you have you do good in. You don't have to put that much time in, but the ones you having trouble with, study more about that class so you can get better.
That's right.
And that's what the sport is all about.
That's right. And they're attracted to sports figures.
Right.
So why not use a sports figure to teach the kids
And have a little plan.
and the plan? And so that was awesome that they were like, "Oh, we're going to meet Mr. Mitchell,
Yeah.
but you're not going to all talk about sports. I'm teaching you
Yeah.
something that you'll always use for the rest of your life."
Right. And the
And so-
decisions about yourself. People will say some things to make you feel bad about yourself and put
Yes.
you in some disruptive things. But there was nothing you could tell me that made me feel bad about myself because I thought I was a little handsome little chocolate boy.
Yeah.
So it didn't make me no difference what you thought. It was what I thought about myself.
That's
And
right.
I dressed in such a way, I kept myself clean and did all those things. So
Me.
I felt good about me. And if you didn't, that was your problem, not mine.
That's right.
And I'm still feeling that same way today.
yeah.
I don't
He's
care what you
fine.
think. I know what I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Mr. Robinson said, "Hey, happy Valentine's Day."
Thank you.
And Brad said next week he's gonna open up for you. He's gonna sing a couple of your favorite songs on your next
I
show.
appreciate that too.
He said he appreciates that too. He may sing with you. We don't know. Who knows?
That's
This.
it.
So moving forward, we are here again at the I Shall Bloom show, a new show that's going to be happening. Hey, Miss Graves. They're happening Wednesdays, either every other Wednesday as his time permits, or every Wednesday. But we'll be learning more about Wednesdays with Willie, Mr. Willie Mitchell. So moving forward today, we are in the Barbara Jordan Community Center. He's sitting here at the I Shall Bloom show. That's the first talk show and radio in the Barbara Jordan Community Center. So he is. What do we have going on? Is there anything that you want to talk about business wise?
Well, we're gonna develop a program with African American women so that we can teach them how to go back and help other parents educate their kids and give them a better lifestyle on what their procedures are and give them a thought process about their attitudes about themselves and how to feel good about themselves and do the best thing to help them have a good attitude and feel real good about wanting to do something. Every child that's living has a skill, but we don't find out what that skill is. And if the child, we don't try to find out what is it that they want to do, what is it they want to be. They want to be a doctor, they want to be a lawyer, they want to be a teacher, they want, but if they want to be that, then let's show them how to develop the attitude in order to become that type of person that they want to be.
That's good. So starting young, not waiting until you get out of high school, but you're starting with the mothers.
Yeah,
with the mothers, and helping her out. Like
Right.
she's a single mom, and she, sometimes they get lost in the shuffle with the single mother. But you're starting the program where she can bring the kids here, and bring the kids, and then they can learn with this program.
Yes.
This new program. So. When do you think that's going to start? Have you implemented that yet? Any dates on that?
I'm going to have a meeting this afternoon at 1:00, and I think it's going to start March the 15th.
Well, okay.
And we're going to start implementing it there and starting here with a meeting to where we come together and meet and discuss the things that we think we can do, what we should do, and how will we set up different schedules so that we can address these issues. And then bring the kids in too on some of the activities and talk to them about what do they feel like they want and what can we do to help them accomplish their goal.
Oh, that's awesome. So the kids have a voice as well.
Right.
You're allowing them to have a voice on something that they feel, because sometimes they're unheard and angry, and then they go out and do something mean.
Right. It's just like when you look in when you get up every morning and you go in the bathroom to wash your face and brush your teeth and comb your hair, and you look at yourself, you have to look at yourself and say, I'm the best thing I know. I'm a beautiful
Hot.
person. I feel good about myself.
That's good.
And no matter what somebody else thinks, I have to feel good about me.
Affirmation.
And that's the thing that I think that a lot of these kids don't do because they let other people determine what they want, what they should be, and what they shouldn't be. And that's not the way it is.
That's good. Also, sometimes when we're young, we already have a gift that we do. We don't pay attention to that gift. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, I knew that my little thing was braiding hair, and I loved it. I loved it. But I went to nursing school because everybody, my mom was a nurse, and so I knew, okay, I'm gonna be a nurse.
Right.
But my skill, which I love, that brought me joy, was braiding hair and doing hair and learning about styles. I observed it. I searched it out. But that was my first gift, huh?
But see, mine was in junior high school. We had vocational education.
Yeah.
And I started to doing all kind of construction work in junior high school, went to high school. I didn't do it in college because I was studying biology. But when I came out, I started looking at that again, and I started building homes and buildings and everything else.
See?
And that was just a wonderful thing that I had to do. And I set up a construction company to where we was doing the building with another friend of mine.
See?
And it's just something that has lasted with me. And I know with my hands, I can do a lot of things to make money. I don't have to have a book or something.
Yeah.
But, I know God gave me that skill, and I can use that skill to help me if I need it.
See? We just learned something else. I knew, but Willie Mitchell built homes, and not cheap standing up. I mean, I'm not talking about some builders, but some of these houses are built like in 30 minutes. And have you seen Willie Mitchell's homes? Most of us didn't know that he owned and he built homes before. He had a building company, construction company, and he built homes. There's a house out there. There's several houses, but the one I viewed in China Grove, 5-star, 5-star, different, not just, every home the same. His homes has character. So we'll talk about that. Well, we're going to probably show some of the homes that he built too. So I'm a realtor, so I'll be able to showcase some of those homes for you too. So that's another thing that we're going to learn about too. He was a builder.
Yeah.
So
But that's another thing that we don't teach kids is that some of them have a skill with their hands that they don't even know because nobody has taught them that or even thought about teaching them that. But once they learn it, they can make the best living in the world just by doing a lot of things. You're dealing with, and the more you do it, the better you become.
Right.
And I could take them right now to some houses that I built, and the people want to sell them right now, and they're asking $500,000.
500,000 for the one. Hi, Clarence. Hey.
Yeah.
Any questions, Clarence? Clarence said, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Everybody say, congratulations on your win of the Kansas City Chiefs. Huh?
Thank you, and I appreciate it myself, too.
Yeah, thank you, Clarence. So we've learned he's retired Super Bowl winner of the first Super Bowl. Well, they went back and came back and won the fourth, but he was involved with the very first. Then he started the All-Star program. That's for kids, teaching them goals. It's not all about sports. Sports is good. That's the hook. But you need a backup plan. And then a builder built fabulous homes. One of the homes that I view, it's on sale for now for over 500 grand, and it's well worth it. He built it. Character. And let's see, well, executive. Yeah, go Casey. Executive Director, Chair of San Antonio Fighting Back. Um, oh, we can't forget one lady, my girl, because she's probably somewhere listening. My girl, Miss Sharon Mitchell. That's my girl. Woo, woo, woo. That's my buddy. And well, we're going to have so many different things to talk about. Let's build community. Someone said, yeah, that ain't nothing but a word for him. He wants to get back out there and build some homes. Shoot. Huh.
But I want to see the community change itself and look at what they could do to help each other and stop letting all of these negative things happen. And we just say, well, that's just the way life is. It's got to be some change, and we've got to act as adults. We've got to act and respond to some of these things in a positive way and address these kids in a positive way so they'll change their attitude. And if we don't do it, the only thing they're going to do is just destroy themselves. And it's not even necessary to even do that way. I just like for them to have faith in God and use that as a guideline to direct them, because I know that's what have helped me.
Yeah.
So I don't see nothing wrong with it, but we just don't teach the kids how important that is to them so that they can make good, positive decisions.
Yeah, the relationships. And normally we gonna always start our shows out with prayer, because that's what we believe in. God first. God is the reason why we're even here today, because without his protection, the wisdom, this learning discernment, okay, like that don't make any sense. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Of course, we're not perfect, but having a relationship with Christ, God, has kept me, and I'm sure you, out of a lot of situations.
That's right.
So the same thing, like you said, that kids developing a relationship, our God, with Jesus Christ, he becomes well, I call him my big daddy. It's someone I know that has my back, that's gonna give me the discernment, the best situation. I can go to someone else and I can talk, but if I go to God first, I know that he loves me. Everybody doesn't love you who say they do. Everybody doesn't like you that say they do, but God does. God is love.
The one thing that I know that has really helped me, way back in junior high school, we used an athletic prayer. And every time we competed in some type of athletics, we used that prayer to guide us and help us make the right choice and the decision. And that prayer has stayed with me all of this time, because I know what it has helped me do. I know what it has guided me in, and I felt real good about it. So that I just think that that's one thing that athletes ought to do, and you got to have something that you have a lot of confidence and faith in, and that's it.
That's good. So that's what kept you, because a lot of, football players, sports figures, period. We had a couple that passed away in their 20s, 30s, and 40s last week and the week before. They're passing away. Like, what's going on?
That's right.
What is going on that people are little young football players are passing away, having heart attacks in their 30s, and just passing away. You are, and you don't, can I say your age? He is in his 80s and still his mind is God. So it's God, it's only God that can keep you out of the drugs, keep you out of that life, because he had access to a lot of things that we don't even know about. Right. They have access. All they got to do is say, I want this, and it'll be right at their door. But he had a choice. He made the choice. I'm not going to do that. How is that going to affect my family?
How is it going to affect me?
And how is it going to affect him? Our mistakes come back. Yeah. Our mistakes, God is forgiving, but, sometimes the mistake's still there, but God forgives us, and you don't stay in it. You say, okay, God, you ask for forgiveness, and then you move on. You ask for forgiveness, but you have to repent.
I think that is the most inspirational thing that you can do, is have that faith and look at how can it help you guide yourself in a positive way. And the only person can do that is you. No
Yes.
matter what's said and done, you have to have that faith and trust in yourself
Mm-hmm.
and guide yourself in a positive way to make the right choice and the right decision. And you'll find that somebody may think that you're going, but as long as you're going that way and things are going in a positive way for you, that's the only thing that you can do. And
That's right.
I think that one of the most important things that we can do is I know what my mother told me and my brothers, and
Yes.
that is something to help us make a better part of our life. And still, right today, I can sit down and think about some of the things that she said, and it will guide me to still make the right choice and the right decision.
Wow. Isn't that something how our mother's words and daddy's were, I
Mm-hmm.
had both. I catch myself and I'm like, oh, let me correct that. I
Mm-hmm.
still, even in here, sometimes I'll even like correct English was my mom's thing. And so I'm like, ain't. Oh, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not. It's not ain't. I'm not going. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's still, those are seeds. And so people, we need to know that God even said it in his word that the tongue
Mm-hmm.
is very powerful. It speaks life and it can speak death.
Yeah.
So, man, I can speak power. I can speak life with my tongue, with my
Mm-hmm.
mouth.
Right.
So we have
It's
to
just
remember that.
wonderful. It is
Hmm.
just a wonderful thought
Yes.
that you have. And if you can guide yourself in a positive way, you'll find that you'll be just as successful as you want to be. But it depends on you.
It depends on self. When we
Mm-hmm.
look in the man in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said, I mean, I'm just using his song, The Man in the Mirror. So I even prayed that, Lord, show me. Show me. What did I do wrong here? Because I feel I'm right. And I'm not right all the time. Show me.
Right.
Uh-huh. So that's what I'm learning from my church now. Show me. And how to deal with this because I want to go off sometimes. You know what I mean? I want to go off.
Yeah,
It's just like, but then I look back. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't act a
mhm.
fool.
That's
You
right.
ever look back? Oh, I'm so glad I didn't act a
Hmm.
fool. Like even this whole scenario, I think, oh, I'm so glad I didn't act a fool.
Yep.
And look how because when we do that, God's not in it. As long as
Hmm.
we're in the will of God, He protects us, blesses. But as soon as flesh come in and we take control, we out there for the devil to whoop butt.
That's
So,
it.
so any last thing? I know you have a meeting coming up. We'll have the 30 minutes or 40 minutes, 40 an hour show. But I know you have another meeting at 12, and we are just about 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
So,
No, I don't have anything else to say, but just thank you for listening to us. And we hope that whatever we talk about and say will make a difference to you, like it
yes,
has us, that made, helped us make
yes.
really positive things and have good things happen to us. So we just
Okay.
try to let you know those things are working real well. So we want to try to share them with you so that you can do the same thing.
Thank you. I thank you again, Mr. Willie. I call him my God dad, but he is just so much full of wisdom and love. And I thank you again for seeing that in me and allowing me to be here in the Barbara Jordan Community Center. And again, I like to say my last words is I shall bloom. Well, first, let me say how to reach I shall bloom. You can reach me online. It's Sandra at ishallbloom.com and also on YouTube, which is the I Shall Bloom Talk Show. And remember, you need to subscribe. Please subscribe.
Mhm.
Hit that like button and ring the bell because you never want to miss a premiere episode of the show. And remember, I shall bloom, you shall bloom, we shall bloom. Thank you. And
Appreciate
bye now.
it. Hmm.
Bye, y'all.
Bye bye. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Woo! All righty.
Hmm.
Bye now. You just sit and smile.
Yeah, that's good. There ain't no problem at all.